What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to Bananas Epic Gaming, and today we are doing another ranking video for CageTalk. And the ranking video we're going to be doing is my favorite TV show, Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf ended almost about 2 years ago, so we're going to be ranking all 6 seasons, or if you want to be practical, all 9 seasons. Seasons 1, 2, 3A, 3B, 4, 5A, 5B, 6A, and 6B. From worst to the best. So please hit that like and subscribe button, tap the little bell on the YouTube app so you guys never miss an upload, and let me know what you think about the rankings down below. And my least favorite season of Teen Wolf, number 9, has to be Teen Wolf Season 4. So Season 4 of Teen Wolf, we had, spoiler alert, Kate came back. She was a were-jaguar. We had the Berserkers. We had the Benefactor. I'm not going to say who that was, but okay. Confusing. Season 4 was a wild roller coaster. It never slowed down, which is a good thing. There was a lot to love. But Season 4 had one of the hardest story arcs to follow. Was when Derek got turned into a teenager again. He went from being a teenager to an adult. He had yellow eyes instead of blue eyes, and he evolved. That was baffling to me, and like, why? Then he didn't come back until like season 6B. It was a toss-up between season 4 and the next one, but Season 4 is one that I don't like really watching. Some more good stuff we had in Season 4. We had Liam Dunbar and Mason. We had the Deadpool and the Assassins. But other than that, Season 4 is like my least favorite season when I watch all the seasons back to back. But there is also another important person in this season. His first official season, and that's Jordan Parrish. I'm not going to say what he was, but he became an important key character from the moment he came on, because we knew he was something, and we find out what he is in season 5, and you kind of get a hint in this season. But Jordan Parrish alone is another good check mark on this season. And the thing that made this season awful for me was it is the first official season, spoiler, major spoiler, without Allison, because what happens is in season 3B. Now on to number 8. Okay, so the next season, to come to no surprise from anybody, it is season 6B, the final season. This was a really hard season to get through, and I'll tell you why right now. So since this was the final season of Teen Wolf, you would think they would go all out, pull out all the stops, do stuff that they've always wanted to do, and they didn't. Bring back people that we haven't seen forever. Oh, they brought a few. 2. But Kira was still gone. Cora was gone. Satoni died in the weirdest way possible. Spoiler alert on that one, but not really. Spoiler alert. I thought Peter was going to kill her and take her alpha status. Deucalion came back again, but they killed him in the most stupidest way possible. They shot him. The villains was lackluster. It was the Hunters and Gerard. Okay, we can deal with that. But as long as Deucalion can kill Gerard, right? Nope. Kate kills him, so we think. If I had it my way, Teen Wolf would not have ended that way. It would have ended on a higher note, a little bit higher note. And we hardly had Styles in this season. Ethan and Jackson came back. They've already been in London, so that's the only plus thing that is positive about the season. We had too many of our friends that were gone. And I'm just lost for words because I really had high hopes going into the season. But now it's on to the next season. So the next season was a really easy season to play. So I felt like it just fit here, personally for me. And that is season 6A. The reason why season 6A fits here perfectly is because it didn't have Kira. Isaac still wasn't back. Styles got taken in the first episode. The villains were the Dread Doctor's Nazi werewolf and the Ghost Riders. And the whole season was trying to get Styles back. And remember Styles, I mean, if they were smart, they could have placed it saying, oh, Isaac got taken by the Ghost Riders. He was still in town. He came back, but he was taken the night of the storm, or something like that. But they didn't do that. And this was Hayden's last season because he left out of the blue. He left to protect her sister. You would think that they would come up as a better excuse than that. I didn't like the season at all. It was a mess to begin with. The only decent thing that happened in this season was Lydia finally admitted that she loved Styles. That was the only thing that was positive about this season. And some decent acting. Oh, and spoiler, and at the end of the season, they graduated. This felt like a finale to me. This felt like a season finale, and they didn't need to do 6B. That's my take. Now on to the next season. So the next season on my list might cause a little bit of controversy because this season is a fan favorite season. And that is Teen Wolf season number 2. Teen Wolf season number 2, when it first came on, people were on the hype train. People loved this series. People still do love this series. But everybody was wanting to see the new episode every single week, like most fans do of their favorite TV shows. But the highlights of this season was Jackson becoming a supernatural. He got bit at the end of season 1, and he became a supernatural in season 2, and we don't find out exactly what he is. He doesn't find out what he is until later on in the season. He became a Kanima, then he got resurrected. He died. Spoiler alert. He became a werewolf slash Kanima hybrid. I know that sounds weird. Then you had the rise of the Derek Hill pack. Derek Hill bit Isaac, Erica, and Boyd. Because I think he knew that the Alpha Pack was coming, and the Alpha Pack were the main antagonists in season 3. Then you had Scott McCall continuing his journey on becoming a true Alpha. More on the true Alpha stuff in a little bit. And Isaac was one of the highlights. He became a fan favorite, and it's because of this season, and season 3. He left in season 3B, and people were hoping he would come back, but he never did. Then Allison's grandfather, Gerard, came in episode 1 of this season, and he stayed all the way into episode 100, the season finale, series finale of season 6B. And that's my take on this season. This season is a good season. It has its moments, but then it doesn't have its moments. The villain was a Kanima, aka Jackson, and it's a hit or miss. And then they left us with a big cliffhanger of Erica and Boyd going up against the Alpha Pack, and the Alpha Pack being in town. So now on to the next season of this Teen Wolf ranking video. And this season that I'm about to talk about right here barely beat out season number 2 in my mind. And that is Teen Wolf season 5B, aka the season called To Hell and Back. So real quick, I want to talk about Deucalion. Deucalion, last time we saw him was the ending of 3A. And he was mentioned every now and then, but we didn't actually see him on screen until this season. And I love that actor in this role. You had the Beast of Givardon, who was teased all the way back in season 1 when Allison was talking to her aunt about their family's history. He had that go up against the Pack. And the Beast was resurrected by the Dread Doctors, who are still around, who are the main villains in season 5, episode 5-1, episode 1 through 10. They're the main bad guys. You had Theon evidently fall when he kills, spoiler alert, his pack, Tracy, Josh, and Hayden evidently leaves the pack to join the McCall pack, and Corey evidently leaves the pack to be with Mason, Liam's best friend. This season had its ups and downs, but it also did give us Allison, kind of. Her ancestor. Krista Reed came back to play her Allison's ancestor in one episode. And the big mystery for this season was, who is the Beast? And I won't spoil it for you. Go watch it and see if you can figure it out. Because I thought it was going to be Danny. Because in season 3A, they teased that he had like a kidney transplant. And one of the twins, Ethan, asked him if he could get rid of that scar, would he? And Danny said no. And I was like thinking, you don't put something in like that if you're not going to use it in a later season. Now on to the next season on this video. Okay, so the next season on this list is gonna cause some controversy because it is the season that started this entire journey. And that is season number 1. These last 4 were really, really hard, especially the last 2, for me. The positives of this season was the love story of Scott and Allison, because we all remember our first love. Who's the alpha? Because who's the person that bit Scott? Is it Derek? Is it his mom? Is it his teacher? Who is it? We don't know. The Hunters versus Scott. Because, spoiler alert, he's dating a hunter's daughter. We found that out like the second episode. If I'm not correct, I don't remember. It's been a really long time since I've seen this season. And of course, Scott becoming a wolf is a big, big highlight of the season. Obviously, because if he didn't become a wolf, we wouldn't have this amazing TV show. Now on to the next season. Okay, so let's hop into the next one. The next season is season 5A. Season 5A, the only big no-no that I had of this season was no Derek. Derek was just gone. He disappeared. He left after he evolved in season 4. And the mystery of what Paris is finally gets solved in this season. He's a hellhound. Close to what I thought he was. I thought he was a phoenix. The main villains were, of course, as we said earlier on, the Dread Doctors. And their chimeras. The chimeras, they started creating them with people that have 2 sets of DNA to create the perfect killer to resurrect the beast. And the final episode of this season did something that I never thought I would see. They killed Scott McCall. Yes, Scott comes back. He's resurrected. And dying did something to him. Dying changed him. But I never thought we would see Scott McCall die. Even for a second. This season was really good in the beginning. It got lackluster a little, in my mind. This is Kira's big season because she has a whole Kitsune thing again. Kitsune storyline. And Malia's hunting her mom. And Lydia's learning how to do her powers. This season is one of my favorite seasons to watch. And you had the Layden romance, Liam and Hayden. That's such a cute little couple. But we don't need them making out at every scene when they're on camera, do we? Now on to the next season. Okay, so the next season was a really, really, really hard one. It's down to season 3A and 3B. But my second favorite season of Teen Wolf has to be season 3B. There's a certain character death, and most of you know who I'm talking about. But every time I see it, I tear up just a little bit. First time I saw it, I bawled. This season has some of the best acting I've seen in a TV show, especially by MTV. Void Styles is the best villain in the entire series. This is the first season that we have Kira Yukimura and Malia Tate in the series. A Were Coyote and a Kitsune. We get a Halloween episode. The Scott McCall. This is his first season as a true alpha. And he's going up against his best friend, his evil side, Void Styles, and Oni. And Scott trying to control his powers. Because what happened in the previous season. He doesn't want to become a killer like Peter. He wants to be pure and he wants to be good. This season is a tremendous season. If you haven't seen this season, do yourself a favor. Go get something to drink. Go get some popcorn, something to eat. And watch this season. You would not regret watching this season. This is one of the best TV show seasons I've seen of any TV show. And that's saying a lot. Now on to the number one, which you should not be surprised, because what's left. I love Teen Wolf, I really do. I love all the seasons. No matter what I've said, positive, negative in this video, I love every single season. Some I don't like to watch, but I still love it. But my number one favorite season of Teen Wolf is Season 3A. Season 3A picks up a couple weeks, I believe. Yeah, it's a couple months after Season 2. Jackson moved to London. Okay, we won't see him until the end of the series. You have Scott McCall, who is an alpha in his own right, but he later becomes a true alpha. And that's somebody who doesn't need to steal the powers of an alpha. They can become an alpha on their own will, on their own strength and pure of heart. And you had him going up against a dark druid and an alpha pack. The alpha pack is Carly, Ennis, Ethan and Aiden, the twins, and Deucalion. And this is the first season that had Deucalion and the twins and all of them. Yes, they did a little backstory. Visionary is the name of the episode. It's like right after Curtains. And it basically said that they were always there. Because there was one werewolf that they all respected and all looked up to, and that was Derek Hale's mom. This is the first season that introduced Cora Hale, an interesting character that we never saw her again. That's somebody else that should have been in the final season. Derek's backstory gets explained. He took his first love's life because she got the bite and her body rejected it. So he spared her pain. The season 1 callback at the end of the season, the last episode, where they had to sacrifice themselves to find out where the parents were, because the parents were the last people taken, because the Dark Druid, aka the Duroc, was sacrificing people, virgins, warriors, healers, etc., to take on the Alpha Pack, aka take on Deucalion, because Deucalion is known as the Demon Wolf. And this is the season where Scott McCall becomes a true alpha, like I said. That is the big highlight of this season. And that is my take on Teen Wolf Season 3A and the Teen Wolf series. I love this series, I really, really do. It is one of the series I can watch over and over again and not get sick of. If you haven't seen Teen Wolf, you have to do yourself a favor and watch it on Amazon or buy the box set. The box set's like $35, $40 for 9 seasons of a TV show. That's a tremendous deal. Thank you, and on to the goodbye of this video. I want to thank you guys for all the support and all the love that I'm getting. We are slowly growing, and I know sooner or later we're going to hit our mark. If you're new to the channel and new to the stream, please become a subscriber and hit the like button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And we'll see you guys at the next one. This is Jordan Fox from CageTalk, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.